Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and tangents of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all concise commentary.
What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Touchdowns and tangents here. Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, and concise commentary for the culture. It's week 2 of the 2024 season. I am PD Camarillo, and he is
Kenneth Berry.
What's up, twin? How you feeling? We're gonna start saying twin like 2016 again, or what?
I was about to start singing "Nobody Knows Me." Never mind. That's a shout out to Victoria Monet. But anyway, it's been a hell of a week. We got to start off with rest in peace because like 5 famous people died in a row. But then like 5 famous like black celebrities that we all care about died in a row. Like Rich Homie Quan last week. James Earl Jones, fucking the voice of my life and my mother's life because he was 93 when he passed. One of the greatest actors of all time, literally like the voice of God next to Morgan Freeman. Like, let's be real. Or if God had a brother, like it's James Earl Jones. Like and I think he sold the rights to his voice before he died, like a couple of years ago. But so like they can use it, but somebody else is getting sued. This is like a Mancini topic for real because he knows in Rogue One, like they used the guy's voice who's been dead and like. The friend of that guy who's dead, the friend who's still alive, is suing the estate, or not the estate, but like Disney and a bunch of other people. Like, that's just not cool. You need to get clearance to use his voice. But James Earl Jones, who was the voice of Darth Vader, Mufasa, he starred in Fences on Broadway. He's done like countless. Man's lived a life. Truth as being. If I live a life half as good as that, it's a win. 93 years old. He passed, and Frankie Beverly, the legend. Which, by the way, Frankie's not even his fucking name. I didn't know that until like 2 days ago. I didn't know that until 9/11, which was I didn't know that until yesterday. That Frankie Beverly, his real name isn't even Frankie. Like, but he has like a long ass name, and I was just like, damn.
Before I let go.
Yeah, don't act like you like that song. You said you hated that song. Don't be fake.
I told you I had a transcendent moment with that song in Vegas.
I'm glad you had your
getting shitted on.
I thought you were in Texas when that happened.
Conference, and then that song came on in the middle of the lobby, and it gave me energy, and I felt good.
Do you like Joy and Pain too?
I mean, that's.
I feel like you would like Joy and I feel like Joy and Pain is your favorite Frankie Beverly song.
I didn't even know that's them.
Yes, and actually, Maze is a group. Frankie Beverly is his own person, but Maze is a group. Casey and the Sunshine Band or some shit like I don't know. But yeah. He was 77. This man just finished his tour. Frankie Beverly.
Can't hear you.
Frankie Beverly just finished his tour. Like he just finished his I think it was a world tour, a country ride tour. 77 years old. Life well lived. And he never really had number 1 hits like that, but the culture respects and loves Frankie Beverly. Black people love Frankie Beverly because that's a breakup song, Before I Let Go. That's not a happy song. And we electric slide to that shit. I can't wait to electric slide. I'm going to play it for Isaiah. Just want to see how he reacts. But yeah, truly sad. I think that's probably why I was depressed the other day. Just like we losing a lot of legends. Like, we're losing a lot of people who, like, really made dope shit. Like, and they weren't just boomers. They, like, actually did something that we respect in their lifetime. Unlike all these motherfuckers running for president and everything else. But, yeah. So, RIP to James Earl Jones and Frankie Beverly. And I think 2 more people died in the past couple weeks, but I think I said their names last week. Yeah, just Thursday night football, man. Thursday night football.
Yeah, so Thursday night football, the story of the night so far has been Tua got concussed again. A lot of people compared it to the game in 2022 where he got hurt, and overall just looked out on his feet, threw a pick six.
It wasn't where he banged his head off the ground and was throwing up gang signs because he had a mini seizure, right? It wasn't that bad? Because I haven't seen the video yet.
No, it wasn't that bad. I think it was the one before that.
Okay.
The first one.
Yeah, because the first one was pretty bad. Where he was like, he
and then they let him go back out again, and then he was throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened with Tua. Overall, the Dolphins got clapped. All my parlays got cooked. Nobody did anything. Even the Bills players, they dominated so much they were called off early. Otherwise, I mean, the real thing I feel like we really need to talk about is, the whole Tyreek Hill situation. Now, Tyreek Hill is definitely no stranger to the law. We know that. But Sunday before the week 1 game, he was pulled over. His Maserati. Apparently, he was not wearing a seatbelt. Apparently, he was going above 60 miles per hour in like a 35-mile zone. Police pulled him over. Like 6 cops were basically just pretty much fucking with him, trying to assert dominance. They got mad at him because he rolled the window up. If you haven't seen the body cam footage, you should check it out. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, imagine if he wasn't Tyreek Hill, how much worse that situation could have been. And even Calais Campbell saw him getting pulled over and stopped by and was like, what's going on? And then the officers just started getting on even more power trips saying, hey, you can't park here. Hey, get out of here, like, blah, blah, blah. And he was parked pretty far away. Like, journalistic standards, he was parked far on a public sidewalk. The only issue was he was kind of in the street. But outside of that, there was no reason for Calais Campbell to be put in handcuffs.
That's
Just asking what the fuck is going on. Like, and that could have been any other passerby as well. So overall, it was just a really, really ugly situation. And I think for those of us who've been in that situation, it's not only is it triggering, but it's just a reminder that it doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how much money you got. Like, these people in the position of power are going to fuck with you if they can fuck with you. I mean, one of the cops pretty much Tyreek Hill, he's buff and explosive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Tyreek Hill is slighting any right, but he's not massive. So these dudes were all trying to gain up on him, throwing his arms behind his back, trying to put his knee on his shoulder while he was sitting on the ground. Like, all this crazy, unnecessary stuff. Instead of de-escalating the situation, they pretty much just escalated it. And, there was plenty of law enforcement, even on the comments, that were like, yeah, there's no law that says they can't roll up their window once you get their license and registration. Like, that's just a power trip for sure. Especially in Florida where you can have tinted windows. So,
and let's be real.
Overall, just a ugly situation. And, Hill talked about it at the press conference, basically saying, he needed that game to really, help him, not spiral. That was just kind of his sanctuary. He had a great week 1. Week 2 was but we can put that on Tua. But yeah, he says he just wants accountability on both sides. He realizes, he should have did better with his driving, but he also wants those officers to be held accountable the same way, he is. Because he still got the violation, which is bullshit, but yeah, I don't know. I doubt those cops will get fired.
Somebody got put on administrative leave.
And the last thing I'll say before I throw it to you is just like, I think the other part of it too is like the cops weren't even white. The cops were Latino. Could have been Spanish, could have been Cuban.
They were Cuban.
Puerto
we
Rican,
know how Cubans
whatever,
get down in Miami with their racism.
We all know it's not just Cubans. It's all Latinos. Latinos all have some sort of
colorism.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying
go ahead.
Them in particular, because I think they say man, we're brown too, and it's like really because we all know those. We know those Latinos who think they're white boys.
There's some white Cubans.
Yeah, but then they're not really Cuban. They're just white with like
No, there's
dash.
Cubans
You
that
got
are
just
white.
your
There's
great
Cubans with like blue eyes and shit.
Your grandfather really hated Castro and got kicked out. That's the reason why you're here. Let's just be real. That's how that really worked. A lot of Cubans put white on their driver's license in the census and all that, and they vote like staunch heart. Isn't Marco Rubio Cuban?
I mean, there's a lot of Latinos.
Ted Cruz?
There's a lot of Latinos that are conservative because of the church. A lot of them are Catholic.
And some of it's their racism. Like, they don't like darker skinned people, even though, like, you got a darker skin.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with them being conservative.
But it's all, no,
they're
it's
conservative because of abortion and
it's two pronged. It's
and
like
same-sex marriage and shit like that. That's all.
But they got gay cousins. They got gay.
That's all
family members.
anti-God, which you know a lot of Latinos align with that.
I'm saying with Cubans, it's like weird because it's like, bro, you defected here. You're not even from here. And like,
well, I mean, we kind of called them and accepted them because we wanted to show
Bay of Pigs. We know
we wanted to position ourselves as the fucking safety net, the moral fucking high ground.
Shout out to Che Guevara.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It feels like back before, you know, one point we were talking about this sort of stuff like every week, but it's been a little bit. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say on this.
In regards to police brutality, because it happens every day.
I mean, not just police brutality, but just,
I mean, as somebody who's been hemmed up and almost murdered by the police at least 4 times in my life, and I wasn't even the one driving. I remember I got pulled over and they said my Uber driver's tent was too dark on the freeway, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious, bro? I can see you through the window." I was like, "His tent isn't even like it was the tent from somebody else's car behind his that like reflected off his car, and some fucking bike cop was just sitting on the freeway." And he tried to give him. I remember he tried to give the dude a ticket because he thought there was nobody in the car, and he's like, "I'm an Uber driver. I'm literally taking a guy to school right now." He's like, "Yeah, well, tent's too dark." And I was like, "What a bitch! You just wanted to give. You just needed to give him a ticket." That's the part. Shit. That's the part about dealing with the police that sucks. Is that actually there are quotas to give you tickets, even if you didn't.
They're not. That's a myth. There's not. There's not. That's been illegal since like 2002.
A lot of shit's illegal, yet it still happens, right?
That's not true though. That's false. There's really no incentive for police to give you citations. In fact, most of them don't really even want to do it because not only is it paperwork, but you got to show up to court, 3 to 6 months later at 8 a.m. And if you work a night shift or if that's your day off, they still expect you to go. So otherwise, your citation just gets thrown out. So that's why it's like, what's the point of even writing one? What's the point of even doing one? My buddy, who's actually in the LAPD, like he told me he's written like 5 citations in like 7 years because sometimes you can't get around it. He's like, even DUIs, like DUIs are the worst. Like I hate giving DUIs, but sometimes there's no getting around it. Like people are clearly messed up and shouldn't be driving and are putting everyone at risk. So it's like, what else can you do? But yeah, I have multiple sources that have confirmed that the quotas is a myth. Like I've got like 7 sources across like 5 different police departments.
I got sources too, and they would say the same thing, but it still happens when you have dirty and overzealous cops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who are beating the shit out.
It's more about the power than it is about
giving you an actual ticket
or safety.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those people who are power hungry, like have a quota in their head that I'm gonna fuck with 2 to 3 people who fit the description because all cops profile. So it's like, okay,
I mean, everybody profiles.
Yeah, but like
it's natural to profile.
But like, you don't profile to like fuck someone's life up.
Yeah, because most people don't have that sort of power to do that, but
even
police do.
I feel like a lot of times there's certain kinds of dirty cops. The ones that like will fill up a woman's skirt, frisking them. We all saw the movie Crash, and we've heard about like cops, like that one cop who got fired because he got head from an OnlyFans chick. There's a whole video. He smashed. She flashed her breasts. Like, he got fired. So it's like, you just factor in corruption and police and Miami, and like some of these cops act like they're heroes, and it's like, bro, you work the fucking traffic beat. You're not going to get any rapists. You're literally just making sure people don't speed. Calm down, please. Like a homicide detective, you know what? If that motherfucker has some sketch things in his past, like, okay, we've all seen the SVU. We all understand how like that aspect of the job works. But some of these dudes are low-level cops just fucking with people. And we all know that person. So I feel like in that situation, which isn't every situation, yeah, we should just expect that people are going to try shit like that. And Tyreek Hill, he was like, you know, he's like, I still love cops. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
man.
during that whole interview, he was like, I actually want to be a cop someday.
Can't be a cop, your child, motherfucker. Like, either you or your wife beat your kid, but either way, your kid got a broken arm, and you both pointed at each other like a fucking Spider-Man meme. So I don't trust you or any of your baby moms. So, like, well, I've never been pro Tyreek Hill. Let me just explain that.
His whole basketball roster, you mean?
You mean like when
he got a WNBA team of baby mamas.
Bro, he got Miss USA.
We gotta start. That's what we need. That's the offshoot that would make people a hell of money. Like, imagine like Josh Jacobs' baby mamas got a basketball team together. Tyreek Hill's baby mamas, Dwight Howard's baby mamas. Like, just get all the cats with the most baby mamas and just make them compete in like an Olympics. Basketball, volleyball, flag football. Winning team gets like $10 million.
Already do that. And plus, like, none of those people are beating Phillip Rivers and his 11 fucking kids, bro.
Well, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about baby mamas.
I'm about to say, because if we're bringing in people's kids, like, bro, Phillip Rivers is winning. This motherfucker has a too deep depth chart of kids.
Because think about it. It's not even just about pure athleticism or stamina. It's like,
it's networking.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all got to be able to work together too, and like, there's going to be some spice and dynamics there. So
I feel like let's
see who's really going to be the best, co-parents and really, make shit work.
That would be I feel like you just pitched $1 million idea.
Let's sell it to Netflix. But yeah, man.
What do you call it? Side bitches?
Side bitch Olympics.
Side bitches on the bench? Nah, that's side bench. Side benches. See what I did there?
Yeah,
side
I
bitches.
got it.
So they get like, you call us side bitches. No, I didn't. Called you side benches.
But yeah, man. Final thoughts on Tyreek Hill.
I'm just glad he didn't get killed, because that would be a very bad look. And I was at work the day that shit happened. I didn't write the headline, though. Actually, I updated part of that headline, now that I think about it, because some new information came in. But yeah.
All right. Let's move on to college football.
That was quick.
It was like 20 minutes. Wasn't quick at all.
Damn,
that was like the longest Let's Talk About It segment in like 3 months.
That was crazy. I guess I'll just play the UNC stuff
We
last.
just supposed to actually have energy. That's the difference. Usually
I'm just channeling.
Usually one of us has energy and the other one is dragging. But we both brought it today.
I'm channeling all my anger and angst and energy from this week into just positively doing the show.
Can we start with the bottom one before? And
yeah, that's why I said I'm gonna.
backwards?
That's why I'm gonna finish. I said I'm gonna finish with the UNC
I think
stuff.
you should work backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I wrote it this way. So the Pac-12 over in the middle of the night, while I was actually tweeting about some
It
stuff.
was right at midnight. I got the email from the Seattle Times.
That's crazy because
I think that's when the embargo lifted.
Pac-12 snaked the Mountain West for Boise State, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Colorado State. You know, the schools they could have taken a fucking decade ago, but Larry Scott's stupid, and so is the former Pac-12 commissioner, whoever George is, I still like retweet the video of him saying we got bigger fish to fry. And me asked him that question 2 years in a row. Like, so are you worried about the Big 12 poaching any of your schools? Nope, we're going to get our media rights deal done. Blah, 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 blah. 5 days later, Colorado goes to the Big 12. Record money. All the Arizona schools leave. Whole spiral. And now you factor in, oh, you took Boise State. Cool. Well, Ashton Genty's not coming back for his senior year, my boy. So you just got Boise State and San Diego State and Colorado State and Fresno State after they're all washed. Because Jeff Tedford had to step down for health. He's done coaching. Got schools that are in the same position now that they were in 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong, Pete? Tell me if I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, just about. I mean, yeah.
So essentially, you took 4 schools, lost all the schools that would have made your conference better, and now you're going to restart the Pac-12 with Mountain West schools, and the Mountain West is unkillable. It doesn't eat, it doesn't sleep, it doesn't think, it doesn't have feelings, it's an unkillable machine. I literally have the commissioner on record saying, like, think about it. How many times has the Mountain West? Think about how many times the Mountain West has restarted and rebuilt, and I was like, you're right. They had Boise, TCU, Utah, lost them all, and just kept rebuilding. But those 4 schools will be members of the Pac-12 in 2026. Cal and Stanford are in the ACC till then, but they could probably get out by 2026 and come back to the
So for them to
Pac-12.
get out, they'd have to join the Florida State and Clemson lawsuit, since they got an antitrust lawsuit against the ACC trying to keep them there. So they would have to join that to be able to manifest destiny back to where they originally were.
Which is crazy because the ACC's done more to promote Cal and Stanford football than the Pac-12 kind of ever did, if we're being honest.
So, yeah.
And they're on the CW. So it's like you're going to go from being on the ACC, you're going to go off being the CW to now the Pac-12 gonna get in on that TV deal money at the perfect time in 2026, which is kind of the money spot because everybody's going to be negotiating. The Mountain West, I think, will have no problem finding new teams. If I were them, I would just grab like 4 Texas teams and be like, what? You thought we were scared?
Yeah, so the Pac-12 has to add 2 more teams before 26 to even keep their status.
Not as an automatic qualifying conference? I think they lost
just
that
as
already.
a conference. I think just to be a NCAA conference, they need to.
Because they only have
teams.
6.
Yeah, so some of the rumors I was reading about potential teams that could go there were like UTSA, UNLV. They want to keep going to the Mountain West. The
fact that they didn't take UNLV to begin with is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. It seems like it makes sense both regionally. I mean, we've been talking about that program being a sleeper for like at least like 7 years.
And Barry Odom's the right guy. They got a QB, and the team is definitely better than
Tulane, Memphis.
I don't think it's going to be Tulane.
Air
That's Louisiana.
Force.
Air Force definitely could come back home.
UTSA. Those are all teams that were kind of mentioned. New Mexico.
I wonder if they would take Air Force and Navy. I don't think Navy's going to leave the AAU, though.
But yeah, I mean, I know they're not at the same caliber, but it would have been cool to just see San Jose there just for regional purposes.
Everybody,
but
it's kind of foul, but I mean, I get why they didn't do it. But also, you got to factor in
you took
the
all
Mountain West is going to get $111 million.
You took all the Cal State teams, but you didn't take the
Cal State,
San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose State,
which is like almost in the biggest market, pretty much.
Technically, the premier Cal State, if we're being honest.
Well, they don't have the stadium. I think that's the thing. Their stadium's kind of like the worst.
It's the smallest. Let's be real.
No, San Diego State has a small stadium, but it's just really fucking nice.
Wait, San Diego State has a small stadium?
Yeah, it's only like 28,000.
San Diego State.
Yeah,
I thought that was like
the one
Snapdragon.
The one you play in.
I thought that was like 74,000 people.
No, it's only like 28,000.
I know Qualcomm had more people.
It's a soccer stadium. It's a small stadium.
What though?
Yeah, it's a small stadium. It's primarily a soccer stadium.
So it's essentially
It's like Dignity Health.
So Cal State Dominguez Hills.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
So
gonna
it's
call
bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than we know. It's bigger than Cal
It's in
State
the same
Dominguez
league.
Hills.
It's in the same league, but it's bigger.
Let's put some respect on Dignity Health now.
But Dignity Health's gonna have. Can't hate on them.
Yeah.
It's more than the Rose Bowl.
Shout out to Cal State Dominguez Hills. Yeah. Let's be honest. People are kind of tired of Pasadena. There, I said it. I said it out loud, so you didn't have to. You're welcome. By the way, yeah, Mountain West would get $111 million for buyout penalties and all that, bylaws. But I trust the leadership of the Mountain West. They're competent. They're not cocky, and they've been here before. And Gloria Navarez is a great commissioner. Ironically, I might have to play that interview next week again, just to remind y'all, because I talked to her for about 6 minutes straight at Mountain West Media Day, and it's kind of funny now that I can actually go back and replay some of those interviews, because now contextually it's going to get interesting. Because who else in the Mountain West leaves? Do the other 4 schools want to leave, or do they want to stay? Like, let's be real. UNLV should probably stay. UNLV should probably stay because the Mountain West carried them for a very long time. UNLV was trash for a very long time. And yeah, you might want to be a Pac-12 school, but this isn't a Pac-12 with USC in it. None of these 4 schools have ever won a national championship. And I'm sorry, but a TNT TV deal looks better than whatever the Pac-12 may or may not have. I'm sorry, I'm not rushing to the TV to watch Washington State play. By the way, Arizona State.
CW's lit, bro.
Yeah, I know the CW's lit, but let's be real. How many Washington State football games have you watched in the last 3 years? Go.
Like 2.
On purpose or on accident? Channel surfing?
I think I watched them play USC, and I think I watched them play UCLA.
So you watched for USC and UCLA?
Pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So
the fact that I even watched those games for those teams is crazy.
Nah, you love USC and UCLA. You can't get enough of that shit.
Okay.
Nobody can. Let's be real. It's crack.
Okay.
It's crack. We all love you at UCLA and USC. Can't help it. It's like watching the Lakers and the Clippers play. It's like watching the Dodgers and the Angels play. You're not gonna not watch.
No, I'm saying the fact that I watched them individually play Washington State on a random day is crazy.
Well, Washington State's competitive. I mean, you watch the
Yeah,
LA
they are.
Bowl. You watch the LA
competitive.
Bowl, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So Colorado.
I mean, the Mountain West could also call up some of the schools from the Big Sky.
Cal Poly when they finish that John Madden
Cal
Stadium.
Poly.
Maybe Sacramento State.
Sacramento State. Portland State.
Nah. Portland State.
To bring back
cooked.
Idaho.
Nah. And
Didn't get shitted on by Oregon.
you might be able to bring them back. I mean, but then it's also academic standards. I don't know.
Nobody cares about academic standards anymore.
Yeah, they do. That's why Boise State couldn't get in the Pac-12.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Now they were at their peak.
Now they don't care. Now it doesn't matter. Plus, I mean, the other thing that someone was talking about on the radio is like the reason why those 2 teams stayed is because the Pac-12 got a shit ton of money for all those teams leaving. All those teams had to buy their way out. So the Pac-12 is sitting on a fucking huge nest egg. And that's why they haven't given up on this vision. And that's why, these teams made the move because not only are they getting money, but I mean, like the $100 million the Mountain West got for them leaving is nothing. Like all those other teams paid that like each.
But honestly, $111 million for the Mountain West is pretty great for 4 schools that have.
But what I'm saying is, like each of those teams that left, the 10 teams that left, they all paid like
they
close
got a billion. They got a billion. Yeah.
So they're sitting
on
that.
$1 billion.
They're sitting on that.
Yeah, but let's be real.
So
the Pac-12 network was a failure.
So the opportunity for Boise State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Colorado State, like it's there.
But can we be honest?
It's just, can they put out the product? But I mean, the good thing is we're going to finally see the regional conference that, you and I have always talked about and dreamt about. So we're finally going to get at least a taste of it.
Somebody needs to run me a fucking check.
So if this, is competitive and these teams start battling each other and keeping recruits amongst each other, then those other teams that left are going to be like, oh, well, what did we leave for? Especially when you got all these other schools, all these other sports, and you got the volleyball team and fucking playing Rutgers on a Tuesday, like.
Or playing Rutgers on fucking 8 o'clock at night.
Like, let me do that.
November.
Let me do that where my family's never going to see me and my fucking academics are going to be even more fucked because I got to have an extra 2 days of travel. Or I could just go to, I don't know, Fresno State and play where everyone can see me and, win a Pac-12 championship, which is technically the Conference of Champions.
Which will be watered down. No, it's not the Conference of Champions anymore.
But what I'm saying is those
none of those champions
what I'm
are
saying
there
is,
anymore.
What I'm saying, though, is that $1 billion is going to do a lot for all 4 of those schools.
They still need
It's going to help. It's going to help their stadiums. It's going to help that, like you said, it's going to help them get the network back together and strong.
But the network wasn't really good anyway.
That's what I'm saying. But now they got more money.
You know what's crazy? Oklahoma versus Boise State is technically the Pac-12 versus the SEC. Think about that.
Wait, Oklahoma versus what?
Boise State is technically now the Pac-12 versus the SEC.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
All right, but you want to move on?
Colorado got their teeth kicked in by Nebraska. And, I guess he's white. I guess he's I don't know what Dominic Raiola.
Are you back on the map rule train or what's going on?
I knew.
Here we go. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to fucking say that. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Can I finish my statement?
Baylor Berry's back. Baylor Berry is fucking back, boys.
How is Baylor Berry back? Mike Rule's in Nebraska. You got to let that Baylor shit go. David Aranda's Baylor's struggling right now. They're competitive, but they're struggling. But bottom line is, everybody
you
knew
were a Matt Rule stan until he went to Colorado.
No, until he went to
Carolina.
Until he went to it was
Carolina.
Wasn't it the Giants first?
No, he was with Carolina.
Oh shit, that's how bad Carolina's been. They've been very bad at picking coaches. Yeah. So everybody knew Nebraska. This was the year. They have 33 guys who are going to get master's degrees or some crazy stat like that. Bro, they got a lot of super seniors on that team. I was at media day. We can run through the interviews next week. But they beat the dog shit out of Colorado. Dominic, Raiola is the real deal at QB. And I think Nebraska was a perfect place for him because, they already have skill players and weapons. And, he knows how to build a program up in a place like Nebraska.
You really think there's room for a 3-year, first rounder in today's college football?
Could be a first.
You think he's going to be him for 3 years and then go to the league?
He already looks like Mahomes. He's been.
I know that.
He's been training.
But I'm
with
saying,
Mahomes.
you think he's going to keep that up?
He uses Mahomes trainers. Yes, he's.
So he's Trevor Lawrence.
Possibly better. And they run a pro-style offense. So, and he's a true freshman, and he's out here embarrassing Colorado's defense. Now, Colorado has the issue. They have a problem because, Deion doesn't really...
He's not a good coach.
He's never been a good coach.
He's a good motivator. He's a good recruiter.
He's not a good recruiter. They don't even have high school pipelines like that, bro.
But I'm just saying. I think he'd be a great position coach. He'd be a solid defensive coordinator, maybe if you put him with a bunch of assistants. But is he a great coach?
He would have been perfect. He would have been perfect if he stayed at Jackson State, and even then, he couldn't win a fucking Celebration Bowl with 5-star talent on your roster. North Carolina A&T had no 5-star talent, no NFL talent. I think they had one guy maybe, and you had 6 NFL guys on your roster, and you couldn't beat them. That's coaching, bro.
He'll be the Cowboys or Raiders DB coach in 2 years.
No, he won't. The NFL won't touch him like that, bro.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
They love him.
What are he gonna say? Who he coaching up in the league? Who? First off,
you don't need to. They all love him already,
bro.
Jerry Jones was already talking about hiring him as a head coach when he's only won
Are you smoking crack?
16 games as
Are
a
you skin
college
popping?
coach?
Let me see your arms.
I'm just saying.
Let me see your turn.
Jerry
your arms,
Jones went on record and
I need
said
to see track marks. What is? Are
said
you
he
smoking?
loved Dion as a coach and would be open to maybe working with him.
Are you mainlining
later.
heroin into the bottom of your feet? Like, are you crashing out? Are you need like?
I'm just telling you what Jerry Jones said.
You don't even
I'm
believe
not agreeing with it.
You don't even believe that.
I'm not agreeing with it.
You don't even believe that statement.
He said that, and
Jerry
therefore,
first off, if anybody's getting fucking fired, it would be McCarthy, and the last person that would ever get hired to be the head coach of the Cowboys is Deion Sanders.
well, yeah, now, but I'm just
even
saying.
before. Such NFL talent coaches, like NFL coaches. He had a head coach, I think he was at Kent State, become one of his assistant coaches. He took a coach from
He has
HBCU.
Warren Sapp as the defensive line coach.
That's not really saying much since, they were down like 28-0, bro. Like
They said
it was like a 28-10 loss.
but they said Warren's been getting his life together. So good to him. Good for him.
Well, maybe he should get his D line together because they were down like 28-0, and the O line's trash, terrible.
O line's been trash.
Yeah, but now it's just like, bro, Travis Hunter's starting to get frustrated. He went off on Deion on the sideline, and there was a play where he just gave up on the tackle, and it's like, you're not a corner. You're a receiver. You made a business decision. You're a wide receiver, bro. And you're not the number one receiver. Tutoria McMillan is. I stand by that. So, by the way, Arizona State barely beat Texas State tonight, but
Are all these McMillans related?
maybe. All the Arizona State beat
One in the league went off too last week.
Jalen McMillan?
Yeah, he had a solid week one.
Yeah, they might be. You never know. But I don't think they are.
And isn't there another one too in college somewhere else?
Yeah, I just can't remember their name. So in regards to what's his face? So with this roster in Colorado, right? Shador, he kind of sounded. He sounded like he might have been concussed because he was kind of slurring his words a little bit. He doesn't really slur.
He kind of talks like that sometimes. He doesn't slur, but he tries to do that hood
He's been
accent.
hit like
He tries to do that Florida shit where he don't move his mouth when he talks, but it's like, bro,
you're from Texas.
You're not from Florida, buddy.
Yeah, you're from Texas. What are you done? You're middle class. You're upper middle class. Like, but
I've interviewed enough people to know when the Florida twang is real and when it's forced.
yeah,
Because like when you talk to Frank Gore Jr., like that shit is real, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's always dude, bro.
It's always fun talking.
Both the Gores, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part though. Like, everybody shows up for Colorado when they're winning, and now they're losing, and it's like, yeah, did y'all think they were going to be better? And now people are saying Deion might get fired before the end of the season. And honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they did that to him.
I mean,
they fire a lot of black coaches at Colorado.
I mean, they fire a lot of coaches in general, but yeah.
Mel Tucker left to take a better job before he got fired. And
Carl Durrell only got like, what, 25 games, 26 games?
And they were like 6-0 at one point. But, it was
like the second year.
Shador's getting killed. And at a certain point, if you're like 3-8, I don't know how you can like
3-8. I mean, if you're 6-7, if he's really a top 10 player, like people are saying, why would
I said 3-8. I said 3-8, like out of bowl eligibility. Like you're not
even if you are bowl, he's not going to play in the bowl. Because his dad might make him, but
because Shiloh's out for like 3 to 6 weeks with a broken forearm. But he ain't making the league anyway.
You break your forearm, dog. That's crazy.
He broke his.
Get hit by a truck.
He was out there his little ass was out there trying to tackle people and broke his forearm. He's out like at least 3 weeks. So you factor in.
So Junior is still number one.
Shador is number one. Number one. Bucky's number 2 or 3. It's a sliding scale, but Shador is number 1 because he's the cash cow. So,
is he? I thought they said the oldest one is like a marketing guru and
genius. Yeah, he got fired the first day he got to Colorado. He got hired and they fired him the first day he got there.
Why?
Because they said, no, black motherfucker, you're not gonna be running our social media. We're gonna do our own thing in white ass Colorado. Yeah. And then why do you think Dion cut down on the whole religion and praying shit as soon as he got to Colorado? Stop talking about prayer and God like that. They're like, hey, cool that shit out. We don't do that up here.
That's interesting.
Go back and look at Jackson State.
They needed it in the Coach Hawk era. But
Go back to the Jackson State era when he was talking about God every 5 seconds and blacklisting, black journalists for interviewing his players about, shit that they should have been interviewed about.
all right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
You still got to get to USC. So finish your thought on Colorado because I don't even know what your thought was.
Colorado's a dumpster fire.
Colorado's trash. Yeah, I think
It's
that's
a
what
dumpster fire,
thinking.
and it's only going to get worse. They barely beat an FCS school in North Dakota State and got whooped on by Nebraska. The Big 12 was going to be a long season of ass whoopings. By the way, Kansas and UNLV are playing in a rematch of their very heated and contested bowl game that Kansas ended up winning. And Kansas lost to Illinois, which was really shocking. UNLV Kansas is going to be a great game. Hopefully, I really pray Jalen Daniels can stay healthy all season. Because he might have a chance to get drafted. But
USC.
yeah, USC it is. So USC clapped up Utah State 48-0. It's their first shutout since the UCLA 50-0 curb stomping. Think you remember that game?
I don't.
50-0. You don't remember Barkley 50-0? Wasn't that his junior year?
Was that the game we went to? Where we didn't go together, but we both went to the game?
I was not at the 50-0 game.
You know which game I'm talking about, though, right?
That 50-0 game was like almost a decade ago.
I realized 2017 was almost a decade ago, right?
Matt Barkley.
Is that crazy to think about?
Yeah, Matt Barkley ran out the tunnel with USC. That was their first shutout.
I think that was the year, bro.
I was not at that game.
You went to the game.
I was at home watching.
You were at the Rose Bowl. You went to the game with some of your friends or something.
USC, UCLA.
And we were supposed to meet up, and we didn't end up meeting up because I went in early or whatever.
That was not it. That was not the year. Because the next year was Matt Barkley.
I don't remember about 75% of the UCLA games I've been to.
I'm just telling you.
The one I remember the most is the one that I showed up to late, and I was booing 17-year-old Little Woo because he was yakking in the stands. And everyone got mad at me because he was underage, but I was booing the fuck out of him.
Why are you airing this man out? He's not even listening to this pod. That's wild.
Shout out to my boy Lil Woo, man.
That's fucked up. I'm pretty sure he might be mad at you for that now.
Nah, he don't care. He laughs about it. It's my boy, man.
But it's kind of crazy that like that's the last time the defense held a shutout. This was 2011, sir.
Oh,
USC beating UCLA was 50-0.
They've taken enough ass whippings. Like, you're mixed up. My bad.
No, that's the last time USC had a shutout.
I know, but I'm just saying. UCLA has gotten dog walked a few times.
I still remember the infamous USC Arizona State game where I blacked out and came.
All right, let's keep it moving. We're like 30 minutes just on college football already.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm just gonna play.
Are you connected to the Bluetooth?
Yes, I should be.
I think.
So yeah, Miller Moss completed 70% of his passes again. The defense was dominant, outright dominant. Utah State had no answer. The lights were flickering on and off in the stadium. They thought they were gonna like end the game early with like 12 minutes left, but then like they spent so long trying to figure out if they were gonna end the game early that like they spent about 15 minutes trying to figure out if they were gonna end the game early, and had they just kept going with the lights going on, like the game would have been over in the time that they spent on the field deliberating if they were going to end the game early or not, because they were winning 41-0 at the time. Yeah, Jade Maava, backup QB, first Polynesian QB in USC history. He scored a rushing touchdown, had his best Caleb Williams impression. On a pass play, he scrambled, ran it into the end zone. And yeah, I'm going to go. Oh, shit. about being the first Polynesian QB to come here, And talked about being the first Polynesian QB to come here, and pretty much in your first game action you scored a touchdown. What's this whole off season just process been like for you?
Honestly, just being able to build that chemistry, and like the main thing for me and my teammates is I want them to know that I got their back. So.
I hate the brother's keeper line so much. But yeah.
I wish we could retire that line. You're not my brother's keeper, dog. Stop. I had teammates in high school. I'm like, ain't it weird that you fucking your teammate's sister?
I'm gonna say, y'all be fucking each other's bitches, wearing each other's paddocks. Like, y'all ain't nobody's keeper.
Talking about each other like
transferring overnight like you're fucking Brian Kelly. Like,
and that's another thing. I'm sorry, but if your sister has fucked more than one of your teammates, she's a hoe.
That's
in high school.
Crazy, man.
Bro. No, you're a whore. That's wild. All the dudes in school you can fuck, and you fuck my teammates, bitch. Like, now they're trying to little brother me in the locker room. No, they're little brothering me in the locker room, bitch. I should hit you in the mouth.
That's like, normal.
That's why. No, if that's my sister, we're fighting.
That's normal. Like your siblings always have crushes on people that you're friends with because one, they're around. Two, like a lot of times they
this
have.
Chick in particular,
a lot of
though,
times they're either similar to you and that's what they like, or they're total opposites and that's what they like.
That chick.
That's a totally normal thing. Like,
you ready for this? That chick was like the best player on the girls soccer team, and she was tonguing down multiple players on the football team.
All right, we're on a sidebar.
I'm just saying that's kind of wild. And
all right.
Only for you to have a baby by a 24-year-old.
Anything else?
That's all I'm saying.
Anything else you got from USC?
Yeah, Miller Moss. The way you played the last two games, and the way the O line and the run game has kind of come together.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like this offense, has the potential to go?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I don't.
He had like 500 total yards. It was like perfectly balanced, over like 200 yards rushing. Utah State only had like 137 total yards.
So they're on a bye week this week, right?
And then they play Michigan.
So
after the bye week.
what?
At Michigan.
So thank you. I knew that. Let me finish my.
I was telling the
Thank
audience
you.
that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I was going to say that in my question. So if you were the head coach, what sort of things would you be working on in preparation to not only go into the big house, but essentially playing last year's national champion?
Well, they're not last year's team, and Texas beat the dog shit out of them this past.
But they still have a culture, and you're still going into the big house. Like,
nah, people have been running down the big house for years, bro. Notre Dame was clapping cheeks.
Okay, so just answer the question, bro. What would you be focused on to beat Michigan next week?
Really, just the run defense, because I don't know why they're doing that 2 QB system at Michigan. Alex Orji should just be the starter. The other guy, like, they're trying to trot these two guys out there, and it's like, bro, you don't have Blake Corum. Yeah, you got, your other running back who's really good, and you got receivers, but, like, you don't have the same offense you had last year. That shit not going to fly. Texas had every answer for Michigan and just slapped them around in the big house. And last time Texas beat a Big Ten school, they won a national title on the road, by the way. And this is like the second time they've beat Texas in a decade, so that's settled. Because, Vince Young in the Rose Bowl the year before he beat USC in the Rose Bowl. And then Alabama goes to Wisconsin this weekend, so that's going to be really crazy because Alabama never travels non-conference. It's the first Big Ten opponent in a very long time. She just has to keep locking in with their defense. Their defense is firing on cylinders. Kamari Ramsey, like, their pass coverage has been pretty much perfect these past two games. The pass rush needs to get home for sure. The pass rush has to get home.
Okay, but you're
The
talking
run-
about
the
the
run
game. We can talk about the game next week. What I'm saying is
As a head coach,
what do you I'm saying you're talking about execution. I'm talking about preparation. You understand the difference?
yes, I'm preparing my D line and be aggressive.
Exactly.
And get
So
home.
how? So how? That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, there's
You're saying the
a lot.
what?
It's mostly film work, honestly, especially from talking to those guys. It's just film work, tendencies, and gap integrity. And I think this year has been the best year. This has probably been one of the best USC defenses in a very long time because you can tell guys are in their gaps and they just have one job to do, and it's their job. They're not trying to figure things out. That Alex Grinch defense was fucking dog shit. I don't know why they were. Everybody's like, Eric Gentry looks like he might play his way into being a potential first-round pick because he's 6'6" at linebacker. He can cover, rush the passer, do everything, and they just have the perfect combination of guys, and they're putting guys in the best position to make plays, and guys are making plays. It's almost like you don't even notice that Kalen Bullock is on this defense, which, by the way, he got his first career pick last week. But, yeah, that's really just stay healthy. The O-line's firing. The O-line's physical. Rushing for almost 300 yards is very impressive, even if it's against Utah State. So,
All right, so pretty much the game of the week is tomorrow. One of them at least. Arizona, Kansas State. Who do you like in that game?
I gotta go Arizona. Avery Johnson is really good QB.
Even though they're on the road?
Yeah, but Kansas State has a really good team. They're very well coached. Avery Johnson is a dynamic athlete. He's 6'6".
The only other kind of
But no.
the only other
feed
kind of
into Tory
matchup
McMillan.
with two ranked teams is Boston College and Missouri on Saturday.
That could be an
What do you
upset
think
for
about that
Boston
one?
College. That could be. They have a quarterback.
Missouri's top 5 too.
6. They're ranked 6. I think Brady Cook's a great QB for that offense. You know, they got Bolden. Missouri's a really good team, and honestly, the SEC is going to be very interesting because Missouri lost a huge chunk of their defense. Like both their corners, a first-round pick on D-line, linebackers. They lost a lot of talent. And Drinkwitz has done a great job, the former Boise State alum, former App State coach. So, like, he's got them tapped into something different at Mizzou. But Boston College with Bill O'Brien and their quarterback who had over 1,000 yards rushing last year and 2,000 yards passing made Florida State look silly. They're undefeated.
Does Notre Dame bounce back versus Purdue in Purdue, or you think they're still kind of trying to find their way?
Purdue could steal one. Like Notre Dame being fifth.
Purdue usually plays ranked teams pretty good.
Like Walters is a great young coach at Purdue, and they're going to be running a lot of run and shoot, and they can have the potential of an explosive offense. And I wouldn't count them out. Notre Dame really needs to figure out what their identity is because Riley Leonard looked like garbage. They're going to fuck around and get Marcus Freeman fired, and it'd be really sad. Shout out to Northern Illinois, who beat their first top 5 team ever, top 10 team ever.
Like 16-14.
Yeah, and they beat, and the head coach for Northern Illinois went to Northern Illinois as a player. So it meant even more, and they beat Notre Dame, who was ranked 5th at home.
Does Oregon find their way?
Oregon should have
get
fucking
back to
lost
their way
to Boise.
versus Oregon State.
Honestly, I think they're just better than Oregon State, but Oregon State's going to give them a scare. But Boise State should have won that game. That wasn't a touchdown on that return where he dropped the ball before he got in the end zone. And honestly, the best running back in the country and the number one person who should be on everybody's Heisman ballot is, you guessed it, Ashton Genty, Boise State running back. He has like 10 touchdowns in 2 games and like 500 yards rushing. He had like a 75-yard touchdown run, bro. Like, he makes it look easy. He's operating on a different level. Like, he's dominating on like a Derrick Henry type level. And they should have beat Oregon, which is sad. But then, like, their safety, Tubner, got ejected, and even though he's actually from Oregon. So that didn't help because that's your starting senior safety, and he got ejected in the game. But they had 4 sacks against Oregon, which is kind of the most.
Does South Carolina got a shot against LSU?
South Carolina might clap LSU. Nicholas Harbor is a problem, LSU's DBs are kind of hot garbage. There were a lot of penalties against USC. They didn't look that great against Nicholls State. And if you're going to be honest, South Carolina is coming to knock people off. And they got a great running back. They got Nicholas Harbor at receiver. The defense is feisty. They could get put on a poster this weekend.
And another interesting matchup, Oklahoma State and Tulsa. The two Presley brothers playing each other for the first time ever. Which is interesting.
That's crazy you said stepbrothers. I'm more interested in seeing how...
They're brothers. They're not stepbrothers.
You said Oklahoma State and Tulsa?
Yeah. They're two brothers, Presley. Braylon Presley and Brandon Presley.
Oh, that's cool. I'm kind of more interested in Oklahoma versus... I think they're playing Tulane. Oklahoma,
they are playing Tulane.
Oklahoma only beat Houston by like 3 points. I think it was like 16-13 or some crazy shit like that. Gerald McCoy was going off.
All right. Anything else, college football, before we move on?
Ashton Gentry should win the Heisman.
He runs 4.4. Is he a first rounder?
Yeah, he's a first rounder right now. Bro,
If he runs a 4.5, he's still a first rounder?
as long as he doesn't run a 4.6, he's still a first rounder.
You think he's a first rounder if he runs a 4.5?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Josh Jacobs isn't half the running back Ashton Gentry is.
Fair enough.
Right now. Right now. Josh Jacobs ever scored 6 touchdowns in one game? Ever go 75 yards to the house against Oregon at Oregon?
Barely even played it.
Bro, Ashton Gentry almost had 300 yards rushing. Buddy, just look up his numbers. He has 12 total touchdowns in 2 games and over 500 yards rushing. 2 games.
All right, man. I'm going to start with this one. Kendrick Lamar is set to do the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. Take her a tangent. I'm going to just say this. I'll talk to you about it off air, but all the foot outrage about Lil Wayne not being at the Super Bowl is, I think, disingenuous and clout chasing. First off, none of y'all listen to the funeral. None of y'all listen to the Carter 7 or 6, wherever we're at. So stop acting like you care about Weezy. First off. Second off, it's Young Money, Cash Money billionaires. It's not Young Money charity. Super Bowl, you don't make money. I don't care if you get your streams up. Because guess what? Lil Wayne doesn't even own half of his masters. So there's that. As far as Kendrick Lamar being in the halftime show, I mean, I get it. He's a great performer. He's had a hell of a year.
A Pulitzer.
Why not? But also with
this is his year. He owned Drake.
But also with that, you really could have got someone from Louisiana. You could have got someone from the South. You could have got Kodak. You could have got Lil Wayne.
Kodak, are you smoke? Oh my God,
bro!
dog.
Kodak is huge. Are you kidding me?
I'm drug testing you,
bro. All the players listen to Kodak.
Kodak at the Super Bowl.
Literally all
Kodak
the players
has
listen to
open
Kodak.
cases right now.
Okay. And Snoop Dogg murdered somebody.
He is a liability.
Snoop Dogg murdered someone.
He did not. No, he did not. Murder was the case that they gave me, and he got acquitted, bitch. Stop saying people are guilty when they beat the case.
Whatever you say.
Hey, you're not guilty if you beat the case, right?
Yeah.
Did OJ do it?
That means you're not guilty. That doesn't mean you're innocent.
But if you beat the case, then you're legally on paper. You're innocent. Whether you think I'm guilty or not.
It depends if you were innocent or the charges were dropped or dismissed.
That's still a dub. A win is a win. A win is a win. From the point of the accused.
One is a forfeit.
It's not a forfeit.
One is a forfeit.
Well, bitch, that's why you should die your shield. Go out. Take it all the way.
Anyways,
the point is, it's dangerous.
The point is, you could have got anyone.
You said Kodak fucking black.
You didn't have to get Kendrick.
That's a worse take.
We'll see how Kendrick does. I think he'll do a great show.
Bro, Kodak only got 3 songs he could fucking play.
You don't even listen to Kodak like that,
no,
bro.
I'm talking about Kodak in the Super Bowl.
Bro,
yeah,
Kodak's discography, bro.
Got
Kodak actually
3
has
bangers
a shit ton of hits,
that
bro.
all these white kids who are going to be there.
No, actually, a lot of black kids listen to Kodak. A lot of athletes listen to Kodak.
No shit. I said white kids. Who do you think is going to be buying most of the Super Bowl tickets?
Corporate white people, not white kids.
You think all these corporate white people know can name you five Kodak Black songs.
They're Niners fans.
It's more disrespectful to say Kodak Black than Lil Wayne. You should have just stuck to. You could have said Master P. You could have said You could have said Boosie. And even then, fuck no. Like, let's be real. Let's be real, everybody. Birdman got Lil Wayne a hooker when he was like somewhere between 7 and 12. All right, let's just start there. We don't know all the shit that was done to Lil Wayne as a child while he was in the care of Birdman. On top of that, we've seen this man get kissed on the mouth. On top of that, there have been people who come out and said that Birdman raped him. Like men who were little boys at the time said, Birdman did something to me. Like, I mean, Freudian slip, Chris Stokes, B2K. Go look it up. Not only that, Birdman tried to have Lil Wayne killed. Now that you could say he's guilty. Lil Wayne had his tour bus shot up. Young Thug tried to kill Lil Wayne. Like, let's not act like Birdman hasn't tried to kill Lil Wayne at least 5 times in the past 20 years. On top of that, owning his masters and robbing him. On top of that, being the middleman between, Atlantic and all these other places and stealing all his artists' money. On top of that, Turk got done the worst. Like, let's be real. That's why Lil Wayne didn't want to fucking come out there when they had was it Essence Fest or whatever? It was like it wasn't Essence Fest, but it was like some festival that just happened in like Louisiana or whatever. And like some of Young Money was there, Turk, Lil Wayne, and some other people, but Birdman wasn't there. Now Birdman want to talk all this shit about Jay-Z. Jay-Z paid off all the money that all Lil Wayne's tax money. He paid off Lil Wayne's taxes because you stole all his fucking money. You're gonna burn in hell because you're a horrible piece of shit. Secondly, even though that was like the third or fourth thing, Lil Wayne don't remember his fucking lyrics. He's a horrible performer.
That's not.
No, like I'm saying, his stage presence is trash because he openly admits on stage he doesn't remember his fucking lyrics.
The thing is,
the
Super Bowl is not really even like a true performance. It's 15 minutes. You only got to do, and he has so many hits. You only need to do 1 or 2 minutes. And the other thing is, he has so many features and collaborations where you can get other people from all cross genres integrated into and
genres,
carry him.
Genres. You said genres.
But besides that, bro, you say this every time. You know that's why I say genre. I don't know why you're acting surprised.
I thought you were fucking with me, and then you keep saying it. Now I'm like, ew. Anyway, Lil Wayne went on the Renaissance tour with Beyonce and fucked up all his lyrics.
Bro,
Beyonce
so many
don't play
artists do that shit, bro.
Beyonce don't play that shit.
Bro, artists, so many artists.
Beyonce don't play that shit.
Who cares?
Yeah, apparently
right,
everybody.
So what do you want to say?
Everybody,
what do you want to say about Kendrick Lamar? Because you just been talking about Lil Wayne.
I'm saying Lil Wayne. Kendrick is a big Lil Wayne fan. Wayne could still come out in some, but I would really love to see Clips at the Super Bowl. Because if Pharrell and Clips comes out and plays Grindin', oh my God. In Louisiana, bro, you making that fucking stupid ass face, but I don't think you understand how much Virginia is respected. Like, I don't think you understand what happened to that boy. That sparked this entire beef between Kendrick and Drake. You understand that? This beef started because Birdman didn't want to fucking pay Pharrell for a beat. Do you understand that? This shit is all coming full circle. Birdman caused all this. If he just paid people and didn't rob them, he robbed some white lady who was an attorney. Fucking, she finally got her money. Like, he's robbed so many people. The list is so long. It's longer than fucking Jerry Sandusky's victim list. Okay, that like he's the Sandusky of the rap game.
All right,
that's not even me being facetious. Like, really, there's
final thought.
Birdman got a weird
Say
case.
something about Kendrick Lamar because you haven't said shit about Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar is the perfect person to do this year, and he could still bring out Lil Wayne. Everybody getting mad, or you're just trauma dick riders. You're worse than the people who like are hating Caitlin Clark now because she endorsed Kamala Harris and Taylor Swift. Like you just want fucking chaos because you suck.
All right. Ravens linebacker Kyle Van Noy called out the Chiefs training staff for horrible treatment after he broke his orbital bone.
Yeah, he's like, now I see why they got an F.
The player survey?
Yeah, NFLPA. Yeah, like they got an F. He's like, I broke my fucking...
Someone finally used that survey for something good. Like,
he's like, I broke my fucking orbital bone and they didn't come see me for a whole quarter. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, you're depending on the home training staff to, like, protect you. And...
I mean, that's normally pretty standard.
It's crazy he was a former first-round pick, too, when you think about it. Like, Kyle Van Noy's played a very long time in this league.
The crazy thing is he came in as more of like an edge rusher. And now he plays like off-ball linebacker.
Yeah, that's exactly what it... But at BYU, he did a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he did, but...
It's crazy. Him and Fred Warner, I think, were on the same team.
Him as an edge rusher.
Weren't him and Fred Warner and Ziggy Ansah on the same team at one point?
I think they're crossed paths, but I don't think they were
and
all
Taysom
playing
Hill.
Together. I think they were like...
Those four dudes are
I think they
sure.
were like, you know... Like, one was probably a freshman and the other was...
A senior.
Yeah, that thing. All right. Touchdown or turnover? Wait, let me find the drop real quick.
Still can't believe you said Kodak Black, bro. That's crazy.
You don't even listen to Kodak like that.
You could have said Ludacris. You could have said so many people.
That's Atlanta, bro. We already had the Atlanta Super Bowl.
You think Atlanta and Louisiana don't fuck with each other?
Didn't they just have Ludacris in the Super Bowl? He was just in the Super Bowl.
Ludacris was not in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he was. He was in the Atlanta Super Bowl.
Wait, how long ago was the Atlanta Super Bowl, bro?
Bro, it wasn't that. It was like 2 years ago.
Atlanta was not.
He was in the Super Bowl, yeah, with Usher. He was literally just this year. He was literally with Usher this year.
Ludacris did not.
Yes, they did together. That was the whole thing.
Really?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
That feels like a Mandela effect thing. Did that really happen?
Yes. Anyways, moving on. So the Rams signed...
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you're right.
The Rams signed Ahkello Witherspoon. Touchdown or turnover?
Yeah, because they just lost a corner. They lost a DB. Kobe Durant is hurt.
Yeah, it's a touchdown because he actually had one of his best years last year.
You picked Witherspoon. You didn't even talk about Puka. That's crazy.
Bro, do you understand how these segments work? What do you want to say? Touchdown or turnover? Puka got hurt.
That's not even the most important Rams player. I just thought you were gonna like.
Anyways,
I was ready.
Anyways,
I had a Puka take ready.
Anyways, you can save that for your rant, bro. No problem with that. Anything else you want to say?
I mean, they don't really need that much help at DB.
Yeah, actually they do. Like 2 of their top 4 corners are hurt. No. 1, 2. Ahkello Witherspoon
didn't play that great.
Had like his best year last year.
Well, yeah, they brought him on the practice squad. They tucked him.
And I mean, he really should have got paid. But yeah,
that's kind of sad.
That's why he hasn't got. That's why he's.
But Kendrick been tore his ACL. Kendrick been tore his ACL. They already had a replacement for him.
Then Williams got hurt. White got cooked.
The Buccaneers are actually way worse at corner because like Zaha McCullum still has a concussion and like one of their they had 3 cornerbacks injured in one game.
All right, and then you're gonna love this one. The Raiders signed Chase on touchdown or turnover.
I can't even say his fucking name. I don't know why he was a first round pick. I was like, he doesn't do anything special.
You wanted him to be a first round pick. He was long and fast. He just had no technique at all.
So Arden Key?
No, Arden Key had more technique than him.
Did he though?
And Arden Key wasn't a first rounder. He was a first rounder.
Yeah, but they were saying Arden Key was a first rounder preseason.
But Arden Key didn't run as fast as him.
Yeah, because he ran like a 4.5. Yeah. This dude was a bust.
But yeah, touchdown or turnover.
It's a turnover, bro.
They should sign Yannick. But they're scared.
Mm-hmm. I bet, hey, Aaron Donald, you want to come out of retirement?
That ain't happening. You saw that man sleeping looking like you before you got diagnosed with diabetes.
That's crazy.
That you knocked out.
That's crazy that you would like go to those depths and lengths to perfectly describe how comfortable Aaron Donald was sleeping next to his wife.
All right, and the last one, DK Metcalf restructured his deal, gave them $9 million in cap space, touchdown or turnover.
It's a turnover. I'm never giving money back. Fuck you, mean. Give me a better QB than Geno Smith and watch me make plays, bitch.
Fair enough. Speaking of fair, fair or fade? Pats owner Robert Kraft doesn't know why Jerry Jones was inducted in the Hall of Fame before him.
He said he hasn't been in the NFC title game since like fucking 92. I thought that was a fake story, and then I read it 4 different places, and I was like, oh shit. Kraft hit the gunshots. Kraft was right. Yeah, how is Kraft not in the Hall of Fame? But also, it's like, yeah, you were part of the biggest cheating scandal in league history. And was it more Tom? Was it Uchiwala?
And you were the Deshaun Watson before Deshaun Watson.
And
Deshaun Watson
Deflategate,
also got another case.
Like,
why is he still around?
All the cheating scandals happened.
Watson got a weird case. Why is he around?
Kraft got a weird case.
Bro, if I'm playing the Cleveland Browns, I'm playing that the whole game. Every time Deshaun Watson hits it gets the field. He a fan.
Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 god. Freaky ass nigga, god. Hey, run for your life. Shit. For real though, Baca got a weird ass case, and why does he keep talking on Twitter? Nobody gives a fuck what Baca says or does. And shout out to Kendrick for fucking the part that song he dropped on IG that's untitled.
And
Black
I'm going to say this is fair as well because low key, these are the two different alphas in the NFL. Like, these are the two guys that everyone kind of attaches himself to, if that makes sense.
Kraft and Jerry?
On issues. Yeah. So I think it's fair for Kraft to say, look at my rings, and this dude hasn't been there in 20 years. So
Bro,
I get it.
I produce more Hall of Famers than him. That's crazy.
Okay, the last one is Bengals cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt took a shot at Chiefs rookie Xavier Worthy.
Why would you do that? You know how fast he is?
He basically said all he got is speed. All he can do is run straight. Fair or fade?
Yeah, bitch. That's how you get to the end zone, stupid. Duh. All you do is right straight. All you can do is not play great defense. Didn't you lose to the Patriots, Cam Taylor-Britt? Ramondre Stevenson ran through... He ran his dick through your face. Of your entire defense.
Let's just say the Bengals cornerbacks have been a liability since, like, Delta O'Neal, first off.
First off, Delta O'Neal had 10 picks.
That's what I'm saying.
Watch your fucking mouth.
That was the last...
No, Leon Hall is the curse that started it.
Okay, fine. Leon Hall.
Because he never really lived up to
Still,
the hype.
that was like 10 years ago.
That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was like 15
Leon
years
Hall was like 20... Was like... He left after they got to the Rose Bowl. They had fucking John Navarre at quarterback.
Anyways, the point is, Bengals cornerbacks been ass. Not only do they have Worthy, who's fast as hell, Rice is shifty, eats up everything, and they're going to get Hollywood Brown, who's also fast on the outside back. And, oh yeah, they have Travis Kelce, who has an insane connection with Mahomes. So
I
yeah,
have one
and the last part is, the Bengals offense ain't really like that right now because
you still ain't paid Jamar Chase yet. That's
because
crazy.
people think Higgins is faking a hamstring injury, which he isn't.
Gotten paid. He don't skip games.
He already missed the deadline. Why would he do that?
Yeah,
he's not faking an injury. And yeah, they still haven't played Jamar Chase.
How you not?
And
pay Jamar Chase?
They don't have a running back. They have Zach Moss.
How do you not pay your top two receivers?
So before you talk all that shit,
how do you trade Joe Mixon and not pay your top two receivers?
I'm just saying.
What the fuck?
Before you talk all that shit as a corner, bro. Remember, you were talking that shit last year, and they beat your ass.
But he was on IR though.
Still, either way,
he was having a great year.
They beat your ass, and you're worse this year.
Yeah,
so why are you talking shit?
Your best year was your rookie year, Playboy.
I'm talking about the Bengals. The Bengals are worse. Until they get Jamar and Higgins back, there's you can't even compare them to last year's team. Period.
Pretty much.
All right, your last one.
So the Lions pretty much ran their balls through the Rams' face. They literally ran like 7 straight run plays in overtime to win that game. That's a fade, bro. You run the ball on me 8 straight times in overtime.
Stop it.
You walk me down in overtime.
Stop it.
Like, that's disrespectful.
That's the equivalent of getting knocked out by a jab.
Like, fam, what? And David Montgomery scored the touchdown.
Which was disgusting.
Like, you just, I had him
Honestly, I don't even know this. I don't even remember the Lions winning.
I think they rushed for almost like 200 yards, bro. Like,
Jameson Williams was actually doing shit, and that just threw me for
career
a loop,
game.
and I just kept drinking. Like,
I got him on my team. 5 catches.
I got him on one team because of an auto pick.
5 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. I'm proud of him because he came a long way. He tore his ACL at Alabama before the bowl game. They probably would have won a national title if he doesn't get hurt. And then, kind of up and down rookie year. Played a great game in the NFC title game. Had that long-ass touchdown. And he's actually becoming a better receiver. And he's going to be the perfect 1-2 combo next to Amon-Ra St. Brown. This Lions offense is slowly becoming unguardable. Like, this Lions offense is looking like what everybody wishes the Niners offense would look like. Which, by the way, I got something to say in my rant.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We could throw that here.
Achilles tendonitis.
So, fair fade, the 49ers basically throwing their backup running back under the bus.
I don't know if I can talk about this.
Yeah, okay. So, basically what had happened was...
But I know what happened.
Christian McCaffrey was listed as questionable throughout the whole weekend.
Everybody thought he was going to play, though.
Everyone thought he was going to play. He even went on record saying he was going to suit up no matter what. Whether or not he played was going to be up to the trainers or the coaches.
And then a couple days before, they said he had Achilles tendonitis. But they still said he was going to play.
That's weird. But yeah, so anyways, turns out, what's the backup running back's name?
Jordan Mason.
So Jordan Mason
Baylor running
gets
back.
the call allegedly an hour and a half before that he's going to make a start, which is when the injury report comes out. Has a career game. 49ers dominate. They win. And
inactives
after the game, the reporter asked him, when did you find out you were going to start? And he said, oh, I heard Friday. So now there's this whole controversy behind
the injury report.
And then Mason got mad at his press conference saying, that's why I don't like talking to the media. My quotes get misconstrued. But it's like, bro, you didn't do anything wrong, first off.
Yeah.
Second off, like, nobody misquoted you or did anything. Like,
you said it.
You said it. And third off, you getting mad about it is only making the situation worse.
Now you look more guilty. Do you have a weird case? Why are you around?
But the 49ers...
He had 140 yards rushing and a touchdown.
But the 49ers doubled down on it and basically said, like, oh, yeah, we just told him to be ready on Friday.
And now allegedly...
And he's kind of just, like, stretched the truth.
In the doghouse. Allegedly he's in the doghouse now.
So...
I mean... Christian McCaffrey is breaking down. Kind of the same way Reggie Bush broke down.
Huh. Damn. What has Pete's hypothesis always been since he met him?
He's still better than Zeke. Shut up.
White players don't last.
That's crazy.
White players break down.
Look me in the eye. He's still better than Zeke.
Fine.
Ever was.
Whatever.
Ever
Fine.
was.
Sure.
Ever was.
Sure.
Better college player. Better pro player.
It's crazy as Zeke got a ring, though.
Did Zeke get a ring in high school? I mean, in pros? Does Zeke have an NFL Super Bowl? That Ohio State team was loaded. First off, you could put Christian McCaffrey on that Ohio State team and they're better.
For sure.
Because he could play. He could have been a first-round pick as a receiver or a running back. That's how cold he is. But my thing is, he has Achilles tendonitis. Pete, you see me walk around the apartment. I have a foot injury. I probably have tendonitis in my foot. On top of the nerve damage. Some days I can't walk. My foot hurts like really fucking bad. Painkillers don't help. I just don't go anywhere. I just sit in the house. Now imagine that being an NFL running back with thousands of carries on your body, I think he's touched the ball 1 million times in his football career. I would give him 1 million, literally 1 million catches, like from high school.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
To the NFL, he's touched the ball 1 million times.
Zeke literally has 3,000 more rushing yards. And
You ever been on the Madden cover?
and has 20 more touchdowns.
Never had a thousand season
crazy.
though. But
That's
guess what?
crazy.
Guess what? Who has the better team and the better offensive line?
I guess
Christian McCaffrey's
has
going to get the
2
rub.
Christian McCaffrey has 2 seasons where he didn't average 4 yards a carry. Zeke barely had his first one last year.
Bro,
so.
let me explain something to you
Awkward.
how this works. They tried Nick Chubb and McCaffrey's contracts got him out the paint. I already told you this 5 years ago. Nick Chubb and McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor got Zeke out the paint.
Damn. And he only has 100 more catches than him
Yeah, but
for his career.
McCaffrey is on the Niners, and everybody's dick eating the Niners, and he also had a 1,000 yard season in his career, even though that shit was with the Panthers, and I think Cam was his QB at the time. That's how long ago that shit was. But because he's on the Niners and it's a front running team,
Well, he has 200 receptions and 1,000 receiving season.
he's only got 1,000 yards once in his career.
No, 3 times.
Receiving the
No,
ball.
I'm saying he's had 2 seasons with 100 catches and 1,000 rushing yards.
No, I'm saying he had.
I know what you're saying.
I know
I'm just
about his
adding to
1,000
it.
yard season. No, I'm just saying like
I'm saying he has 2 seasons where he had over 1,000 yards and also caught more than 100 balls.
I don't care about 100 catches, but he's touched the
100
ball.
catches is a lot, bro.
Yeah,
for
but-
a receiver, let alone a running back.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you said from college, if you said from high school till right now, and he's what, year 7 or 8?
They're only a year apart.
He's what, year 7 or 8, right?
They're only a year apart.
He's like year 8, right? Because Zeke is like year 9, damn near.
Yeah.
'Cause him and Bosa were the same draft class, I think.
Yeah, 7 and 8.
So
7 and 8 years.
so he's like year 7, bro. And really, Christian really only played 5 seasons, if we're being real. He has 5 seasons on his belt.
More like 4.
4.5. I was being nice when I said 5. You know how you said the 4.5 thing off air for the prop bet? Yeah. He has like 5. Let's give him 5. Let's just give him 5 seasons. Because he played in the Super Bowl too. So let's give him 5 seasons plus the playoffs. How many more years do you think he's going to be the best running back in the league?
1.
2, maybe
Max.
at max. He might have 3,000 yard seasons left in him, but I think he's going to have to switch to receiver.
Not with Achilles. Shit
That's
going
what
on.
exactly. And me,
Because the thing about tendonitis is it never goes away.
it never goes away.
It's
I know
just
people.
It's always going to be swollen. It's always going to hurt.
I play
You
with a
gotta
dude.
warm up extra. You got to cool off extra.
Joe Thomas didn't even practice towards the end of his career. He only suited up on game days. Shout out to Andrew Hawkins. But I'm saying, bro, I'm a regular dude, and I have vicious nerve pain in my foot from an injury that happened fucking 16 years ago.
All right.
This dude has Achilles tendonitis,
And he's also had a couple of ACL.
and he's a running back. Do you understand how targeted?
I think he's had 2 ACLs, right?
Yes, and a
Yeah.
foot injury and some other shit.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
White
And a
players.
wrist. And
White players.
it's more like he's a running back.
White players.
Damn, bro. Like, we get it. No, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, bro.
I know you're saying, but I'm also saying.
Max Crosby's the exception, not the rule.
Max Crosby. Give Max Crosby 2 more years. If he
If
stays.
he starts getting breaking down, then he becomes part of the rule, not the exception.
I mean, they're playing the Ravens, so this shit could end very badly. Joe Alt had that man clamped.
Nah,
He didn't give
that's a stretch.
No,
that's
Joe,
a reach.
He actually
He
it was
played
a
him well.
It was a stretch play
He
for a
played
touchdown.
him well. He played him well. He made plays, but
Max Crosby gave up a touchdown to his
Max
side.
Crosby was still doing his thing.
He had a sack on not Joe Alt
Yeah, but he still was doing his thing.
against Colton Miller. I mean, not Colton Miller, against
Slater. Yeah, Slater held the fuck out of him, bro.
Or
He
the
posted
guard.
it, which was crazy. That was crazy.
that they posted the
Yeah.
hold.
No, he posted it, not them. He posted it.
Hey man, If they don't call it, is it holding?
All right. Let's move on. Rants. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I just got to go back to like, why the fuck would you ever think Kodak Black? I would rather see Mariah Carey headline the Super Bowl than fucking Kodak Black, because at least she's bringing Missy
she's
Elliott.
done the Super Bowl too.
She might have. You got to Google that. I'd rather she's bringing out Missy Elliott and probably Sierra and some other people.
She's not bringing out those people.
She's bringing out Missy Elliott. Mariah Carey's bringing out.
What
Missy
song
Elliott.
does she have with
Mariah Carey? Don't move on stage, bro. You ever notice that? She's
what song
R.I.P.
does she
Takeoff.
have with Missy Elliott?
A couple.
What-
And there's
what
remixes.
song?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they don't have any songs.
They have a song together, bro. Google it. They have songs together.
Mariah Carey and Sierra just came out with a song together.
That don't count. You know that don't fucking count.
They came out with 2 songs together.
Hey, man.
It's crazy.
All I'm saying is Mariah Carey is stationary. She is like the statue of, she don't fucking move, bro, on stage. But she can sing her ass off. She can sing at a level only dogs can. No,
they say she can't sing like that
no.
anymore.
Yeah, but I'm saying her vocal register is at a level that
They say her pipes are rustier than this building that we live in.
That's very unsettling, actually, to say that. But also, bottom line is it's Mariah Carey. I'd rather see her than Kodak Black, because at least I know
You don't
Mariah
even listen to Mariah Carey like that.
I don't, except during the holiday season, because that song's burnt into my fucking
you're
psyche.
corny. I actually like Mariah Carey a lot.
I like
Mariah
Mariah
Carey
Carey
was
too.
like one of my favorite artists growing up.
You didn't like Mariah Carey in that ODB.
Yes, I did. Are you serious?
I don't think you ever played it.
Are you serious?
I don't think you didn't listen to Mariah Carey on 9/11 when Glitter dropped. You didn't watch the movie. You didn't watch Glitter. Did you watch Glitter? I'm asking you, did you watch Glitter?
Bro, Glitter was like one of my first boners.
Okay, that's fair, because she was looking fucking mighty fine in Glitter. On top of that, it's actually a real story. Fuck Tommy Mottola, apparently, from how that movie plays out.
There's another song that I like with her in that ODB era. Oh, Sweetheart. That's my shit. You don't even know that. That's a deep cut, bro.
I
You
do.
don't
My
even know
mom
that
played
one.
that shit in the car all the time.
Would you be my sweet?
I'm like, if I hear the song, I know what
We
it
can
is.
share a storybook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was with
Don't say R. Kelly.
Close. He also has initials and also a nasty ass motherfucker.
Did he?
Close. Getting warmer.
That's a lot of people.
Same city. Same city.
That's disturbing.
Same
You said
area.
New York, bro. Stevie J? What the
Doom,
fuck?
doom, 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 doom.
Your beat selection.
The vibe red thing.
Oh,
Vibe red
Steph?
thing. JD. Or Jermaine Dupri, yeah.
See, so she's in Atlanta right there.
Yeah. That was
So
her
she would bring
producer.
out Missy Elliott.
She'll bring out Jermaine Dupri. That was her producer.
And Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott, man, I'll put Missy Elliott.
They
in
don't
the
have any
mattress.
songs together.
It don't fucking matter. Actually, no. Because she technically wasn't on Lady Marmalade, but they'd still find a reason to bring Missy Elliott and Mariah Carey. on the
Okay,
same
I'm sorry.
stage.
They have a song from 2020.
Fucking it counts. That's the transition to fucking get your
With
freak
the
on.
Brat.
Oh, so we in there, bro. Bow Wow gonna show up. I'd rather see Bow Wow perform at the Super Bowl.
All
Then fucking Kodak Black.
Final rant.
Final rant. Yeah, I'd rather see Bow Wow. Bow Wow got more hits than Kodak Black, by the way.
That's stupid.
He was signed to Death Row, bitch. Don't be
You're
disrespectful.
stupid, bro.
No, you're stupid.
Bow Wow was
Put some
on
respect
Cash
on
Money,
Bow Wow's
too.
name. Yeah,
Bow Wow was on Cash Money.
he survived all that.
So was Omarion.
Yeah, but Omarion has an icebox where his heart used to be. Touch was a great song, too.
You just don't
Touch.
listen to music past 2019.
That's cap. That's definitely cap.
All right, finish your rant, bro.
I pretty much
No,
did.
finish this. Okay. All right, man. So for me this week, got together with my buddies. We watched the week 1 games. Watched the Raiders get stomped out by the Chargers, both on and off the field, which was crazy. Allegedly, there's not going to be any suspensions from the Jack Jones altercation. So, yeah, there won't be any suspensions with that. But, yeah, there was a shit ton of fights in the stands. I almost went to the game last minute after I sold my tickets. Glad I didn't. Raiders are 1-5 in SoFi. I've never won a game there with fans there. And, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's looking like a long season. Apparently, there was also a controversy because with the whole press conference, they had it on Instagram Live, and basically some reporters were kind of, half-ass talking shit. Just like, I think if Gardner Minshew needs to kick ass or he's going to get his ass kicked. And then someone else was like, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of him, but if he makes the Raiders better, blah, blah. And basically all the fans were like, and he just kind of made it a controversy. But I think it was, I don't know if it was Phil Yates or Clinton Yates. One of the Yates was on ESPN LA today. And he was talking about it, and he's like, talking shit at a press conference is a skill. He's like, that's why you got to congregate in the middle rows so that you're not in the front where the mics can pick you up, and you're not in the back so when they walk in, they instantly hear you. Like, everyone does it. It's part of the thing because a lot of the times as journalists, we're not really with our coworkers to have those sort of water cooler conversations. We're out in the field, we're at home writing, doing whatever we do, we're in the studio, blah, blah, blah. But, we're always working head down, doing what we got to do. So it's like those moments where we have those kind of water cooler conversations are usually at the press conferences. And it's a very normal thing. It happens all the time. Everyone does it. But it's definitely a skill. So I just kind of thought that was interesting. But yeah, man, so reporters are allowed to talk shit, especially like if don't know they're being recorded and they're amongst each other. Like, it's bound to happen. But yeah, other than that, man, looking forward to checking out Vancouver this weekend. So I don't know, just wanted to do something real quick before the summer ended. So
Vancouver,
gonna check it out.
Columbia?
Yep, gonna go to Canada for the first time. So
Okay.
should be interesting.
So you have to play.
Get a stamp on my passport, and yeah, probably play Not Like Us. Yeah, I mean, Toronto's kind of on the opposite side, so Toronto and Montreal. I mean, Toronto and Vancouver kind of got their own beef.
Fuck the six.
And then Montreal doesn't even care about either of them.
You got to pay your respects to
Canada politics are totally different. Like,
you have to pay your respects.
None of the major cities really fuck with each other. They all kind of hate each other.
You have to pay your respects to the Hart family, though. You have to pay your respects.
Because Toronto basically thinks it's New York. Vancouver basically thinks it's Seattle. And then like Ottawa, Calgary, they're their own fucking thing. And Montreal is basically France. So, yeah, Canada has no identity and they don't fuck with each other. Just a lot of fucking mass and area. But it's really beautiful, so hopefully I can catch some good weather and catch some nice outside views. Yes, that was a word play on Drake. All right, man. Well, this is Touchdowns and Tangents. Shout out to everyone who fucks with us. TDs_tangents on Twitter and Instagram. Touchdownsandtangents.com. We're out. Peace.
Peace.